In the distant corners of the galaxy, there were many advanced species, each more intelligent and powerful than the last. One such species, the Xarian, had long considered themselves the pinnacle of evolution. They had mastered science, technology, and even the manipulation of time itself. For centuries, they explored the universe, visiting countless planets and observing civilizations from afar. When they first discovered Earth, they thought it was nothing more than a primitive rock spinning through space. The inhabitants, humans, were primitive in every sense. They lacked the ability to travel beyond their own planet. Their technology was rudimentary, and they were still plagued by war, poverty, and greed. For the Xarians, humans were nothing more than a curiosity. They saw no real value in Earth or its inhabitants. But then something unexpected happened. The Xarians, ever so curious, began to make contact with humanity. At first, it was small-scale, minor interactions with governments and scientific organizations. Humans were terrified of the alien visitors, but the Xarians were patient, studying humanity from a distance, understanding their emotions, their culture, and their capacity for growth. One thing the Xarians had never anticipated was the resilience of humanity. While the humans had their flaws, they were also capable of remarkable feats. The Xarians found themselves impressed by the way humans overcame adversity. Despite their wars, their struggles, and their limited understanding of the universe, humans managed to push forward, never giving up. The Xarians admired this spirit, but they remained wary. To them, humans were still beneath them, primitive, almost inconsequential. The first great shift happened when the Xarians offered humanity an alliance. In exchange for advanced technology and knowledge, the Xarians expected a union with humans, a joining of cultures, a sharing of ideas, and perhaps a small but meaningful influence over Earth's destiny. The humans, desperate for knowledge and power, accepted without hesitation. However, as the alliance progressed, something unexpected happened. The Xarians began to realize that their once superior status was slipping. They had underestimated the potential of humanity. Humans, though primitive in many ways, had a unique ability. They adapted. They learned at an astonishing rate. Within just a few years, humans began to develop technologies that had previously been beyond their reach. Their minds were open, hungry for knowledge. The Xarians, who had once felt above the humans, started to feel discomfort. They couldn't understand how this species, so far behind them in every way, was catching up so quickly. At first, it was just small improvements. Humans developed better spacecraft, new energy sources, and advanced weaponry. But soon, they were learning things that even the Xarians couldn't grasp. Humanity was tapping into the very fabric of reality, manipulating energy and matter in ways that the Xarians had once thought impossible. The turning point came when humans discovered how to harness the power of stars. With the help of the Xarians' technology, they were able to create artificial suns, vast sources of energy that could power entire planets. It wasn't just energy, it was control over the very essence of the universe. The Xarians watched in awe as the humans, once so weak and vulnerable, became capable of feats they had never dreamed of. And then came the most shocking development of all. Humans began to ascend. Through a combination of genetic modification, advanced technology, and an unyielding drive to improve themselves, humans began to evolve in ways the Xarians had never thought possible. They became stronger, faster, more intelligent. They could manipulate time and space with ease. Their minds expanded beyond the limits of physical reality. Their bodies became near invincible. The Xarians watched as their once dominant species became obsolete in the face of humanity's rapid growth. They had once been the masters of the universe, but now they were nothing more than observers. They had thought themselves to be the ultimate beings, but the humans had surpassed them. The Xarians had no choice but to accept that they were now the ones learning from the humans. The union, once seen as a chance for the Xarians to bring the humans into their fold, had turned into something entirely different. The humans were no longer the students. They were the teachers. The Xarians, humbled and ashamed, began to bow to the humans, respecting their newfound power and wisdom. The humans, now capable of feats that made them seem like gods, were no longer the primitives the Xarians had once thought them to be. They had become demigods, capable of reshaping the universe itself. The Xarians' shame was evident. They had underestimated humanity, and in doing so, had allowed humans to become something far greater than they had ever anticipated. The Union, which was supposed to be a partnership, had turned into a lesson for the Xarians, one that would haunt them for eons. But humanity, ever humble despite their newfound power, did not gloat. They saw their ascension not as a victory, but as a responsibility. They had become powerful not for their own sake, but to protect the universe, to guide other civilizations, and to ensure that no species would fall into the same trap the Xarians had. The Xarians, now humbled by the rise of humanity, learned to respect them. They no longer saw humans as primitives, but as equals, or even superiors. The once proud alien race, which had once been ashamed of their union with a primitive species, now stood in awe of humanity's rapid rise and unprecedented potential. Humanity had proven one simple truth. No matter how primitive they might have seemed, they were capable of greatness, and in that greatness, they had transcended their humble beginnings, becoming beings of unimaginable power. The Xarians, once the masters of the galaxy, had learned that no matter how advanced a species might be, there would always be room for a species like humanity to rise above them. The universe, once dominated by the powerful and wise Xarians, had now been reshaped by the might of humanity, and the Xarians could only watch in awe as humanity's star burned brighter than any they had ever seen.